see that, right? You see that nature carved a dragon head in that rock, right? You see that? Nature's so cool. Nature is so cool! Today's kind of a big deal. We are in San Diego right now, but we're headed to the airport shortly. We're going to head down to La Paz, and we're going to move Dragon from the Costa Baja Marina up to her summer and fall home in Puerto Escondido in Loreto. And my mom and dad are here, and they're coming with us. So if you recall, my parents are cruisers from way back. It's been a long time since they spent an overnight on a boat, and we've got a couple coming up. So we're actually covering some ground that we covered on their sailboat back in the 90s. Anyway, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have them on the boat and to share, you know, what we've come to know about the boat and love about the boat, and they're excited too. So here we go. All of these systems, including my iPad in around. All right, okay, go ahead and hit stop. Yeah. I got it. We cast off from the Costa Baja Marina and made a short hop over to the nearby islands of Espiritu Santo and Partida. Calm overnight and a trip to a sea lion colony called Los Islotes was like a trip in the time machine for Mom and Dad.
Here 30 years ago.
You don't have any trouble hearing them.
Happy times.
We moved a few miles south to the El Bajo Seamount to make a couple drops for fish taco fillings, and would not find ourselves disappointed.
Cabria!
Gorgeous.
3 and 30, baby. Bring them now.
This is not a huge fish, but this is delicious. This is a barred pargo, and probably one of the bigger species I've ever seen. You're gonna be so tasty! Take care of this guy.
I wanted to take a second and showcase some gear that we put on Dragon that was part of the build cycle. We put a Furuno CH600 side scan sonar. What that is it's got a transducer on a bell that drops out of the bottom of the boat and gives a 360-degree sonar scan. And you can use it to find fish in the open ocean or chase schools or do whatever. I mean, it's primarily pioneered for commercial fishermen. But on this boat, kind of use it to fish in tight to the rocks. You can see this is 100 tons of boat moving pretty close. I'm fluctuating between about a 35-foot bottom and a 70-foot bottom, but obviously there's just a ton of contour down here. So we're grouper fishing right now. We've got some jigs out, and we're doing okay. But one of the things that this side scan allows us to do is it allows us to see where the bottom of that slope is. So we set the distance on our range, and then we set the angle on the beam itself, and it tells us where the really bad day is. As you can see in the display, everything that's lit up in red becomes the bottom contour, or this is pinging off of a hard surface. So it allows us to position that red colored bottom on one side to make sure that we've got our angles right. We can see the slope and the bottom and the position of the boat to steer and stay clear of the red. You can give us this 360-degree view, but we can narrow that sweep like we've got it now at 180 or even narrower and get a faster return for a more accurate representation of what's happening. It keeps us safe and comfortable when we're in positions like this. Now, we're just scratching the surface of what this unit is capable of doing. We used it a couple of weeks ago and we were able to position ourselves over a sunken wreck here in La Paz to dive, and it worked amazing. We're just getting to know the depth of what this Furuno ecosystem can do. And yeah, I like good tech, but what good are all these flat screens and buttons and black boxes if they're not making it easier and safer for us? That's what's exciting to me anyway. Anyway, just wanted to share.
We continued our passage further into the Cortez with a stop at an anchorage between Isla San Francisco and Isla San Jose. A huge anchorage with good holding and a mangrove-lined estero was a worthwhile trip across a shallow bar at high tide. These shallow waterways represent an important biosphere as a nursery for small snook and grouper and a nesting area for pelicans, frigates, and seagulls.
Didn't I? Yeah, I thought it was a bombing. I thought it was just a, coral head or a pile of rocks. And it turns out that right in front of us, there is an absolute school of Mobula Rays. About that big. They school in similar sizes, but so cool. So this black spot in the water is actually a bunch of Mobula Rays. So amazing. We drove by it on the way out, and I thought, God, I don't remember seeing that rock there earlier, and how peculiar it's sitting in the middle of a sand pile. Dragon juice. That's the kind of good energy. So cool, so cool.
Our next stop was Bahia Salinas on Isla Carmen. A huge bay that favors west or north wind held a long sandy beach, perfect for short hairy legs to go zoom zoom. Curious structures and artifacts had us looking up the history of this area. Apparently it was a high-producing salt mine into the 60s. A hunting lodge now maintains some of the structures. The visiting hunters are guided to manage the thriving bighorn sheep population. The once native bighorn were reintroduced onto the island 25 years ago. It's actually become one of Mexico's many wildlife management success stories.
No way! No way! Did you see that? Crazy! Crazy! Oh, I love this. This is incredible.